2019 is coming to an end, and 2020 is right around the corner. It's the end of a decade, and throughout the past decade, we've seen a lot of changes. There's always change, there's always good and bad changes throughout time. And one of the changes we've seen is with culture. Hip-hop is now the most listened to genre of music. Once, long ago, intellectuals were able to find success in the music industry, but no longer. We are in an age of what is called the SoundCloud rapper. These rappers and artists have distinctive features, such as face tattoos. Their music resembles the sounds of mumbling, and there are very heavy bass lines in the beats that play on the instrumental. So why? Why is there no room for intellectuals in music anymore? Well, it's because what people want to see now is outlandish behavior. The more you're flexing on the gram and doing TikToks, that's the more popular you are. So my goal today is to bring mathematicians, engineers, scientists back into pop culture, back into culture in general, to hip-hop, the most listened to genre. How am I going to do that? If I want to do this right, I don't think right now I have good enough lyrics to make a good song. You know, my mind just doesn't think like that. But how my mind does think is in probability and statistics. If you guys don't know, there's these things called Markov chains. Now, I've watched a few videos where people are explaining Markov chains.
Welcome to Electronline, and in this series we're going to talk about Markov's chains, and it gives us tremendous power in predicting what will happen in the future depending upon what our current state is and what the probability of change will be.
This guy does a really good job at explaining Markov chains or giving a brief introduction, and shows how if you have initial state, he gives this equation, and things are changing from week to week or month to month. You can actually calculate and predict the next state with a matrix of transition probability. So if there's probability of change that's consistent week to week or month to month, you can predict the next state over and over. All you have to do is multiply the matrix of transition probability by the current state, and you get the next state. And then this next video explains how if you keep doing this and the probability of transition is consistent, it'll eventually converge to a point on regular Markov chains. So these are really fascinating videos. You can watch them in the description and kind of understand how this works. But what we can actually do now with Markov chains is we can use them to build song lyric generators. Now, the best way to build a song lyric generator is probably using a neural network or something like that, but this is a decent way if we want to do this quick and just get up and running. So there's this really cool article I'm going to be using that I'll link in the description that I'm going to follow, which will help us understand and build the song lyric generator using Markov chains. What the article is going to explain is how we're going to take song lyrics from some artist in like a giant string, so we have all their lyrics, and we're going to build this frequency table, and it's going to count the frequency of, you know, each letter occurring or each word occurring or some way, however we want to build it. And this frequency table can actually keep getting more and more complex. So the complexity increases when you think, okay, what's the frequency of each letter occurring? Okay, what's the frequency of each letter occurring after a particular letter? And then a letter occurring after two particular letters. And the more complex the frequency table gets, the more and more accurate the generator will become. So you could see here how the frequency table might look. A bunch of nested dictionaries. This is actually handling letters coming after particular letters. So we see that B has another nested dictionary that shows the frequency of the letters that come after each occurrence of B in the string. You could see B has a Y that comes after it, a B that comes after it, and an O, and O would just has a B that comes after it. So now using this method as well as a Python library called PyMarkov chain, we can actually build something that's going to generate some pretty good lyrics. I think that's enough background, so I'm actually just going to code this out now. Alright, it's the next day, and I'm streaming, So yeah, I'm just gonna code this out. Alright, so the program parsed a bunch of Mac Miller lyric songs, and these are the lyrics that it generated for us. They're not insanely accurate, but if we do this a couple times, or if we generate enough lines, we should be able to come up with some pretty cool stuff. I'm gonna do this with some popular SoundCloud rappers now, and see what lyrics I can get. Alright, so I've generated a bunch of lyrics for some of these SoundCloud rappers, and before we perform our new hit song, what I need to do is set these vocals up. And a good way to do that is using this person named Crablord on YouTube. He just goes over a lot of really cool techniques to make yourself sound like some artist. For example, Post Malone I'm going to do right now. And he just gives you all the settings to put into Logic Pro so that you sound like that particular artist. Alright, I have the lyrics, I have the audio effects set up. The only thing I'm missing is... Alright, now we're ready. Yeah, my wrist so cold, and my eyes so cold, and my eyes so froze, just like girl, no show. I like no, D or on the phone, didn't do what I'm told, got diamonds by the boatload. It was a breeze for you, felt like ballin' was the only thing to do. Now I'm circling a drain, all I see is remains of the ugly truth. And Dior on the phone, you tell me to quit, but I don't listen what I'm told. I say yeah, rest in peace to the bankroll. Ever since we was on, I've been grinding way too long. I've been grinding way too long. So that's going to conclude this video. Hopefully these will come off when I shower tomorrow. Otherwise I'm going to look pretty stupid the next couple days. But Markov Chains did a decent job at making a little bit of a song there. You could see from the lyrics they're not perfect. There were some spelling errors. There were lyrics pulled directly from songs. But the more lyrics you can get from some API or something for the Markov chain to learn from and build the frequency table from, the better it's going to get. In general, the best way to do it would be a neural network, but that just takes so long that we're not going to do that here. Maybe we could do another video in the future. But I do appreciate everyone that watched. Please like and subscribe so the channel will grow, because that's how the YouTube algorithm works. And yeah, hopefully, or comment ideas for maybe future videos. But thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.